NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you the Cavaliers' second game of pool play in the WBA district tournament when they take on the Tri-County Timberjaxx from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Both teams are still trying to earn a bid to the WBA state tournament next weekend in Merrill and Marshfield. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Timberjaxx. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Page's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Page Show. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. And we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned in to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of the Eau Claire Cavaliers' second WBA district pool game against the Tri-County Timberjaxx. The Cavaliers come into today's game after defeating the Brill Millers in Game 1 of pool play by a score of 10-1 back on Friday night. Now that score is a correction from the score given during the game Friday night. The scoreboard was confused, as were we, as to how many runs were scored in the bottom of the 8th inning. It turns out the Cavs scored 4 rather than the 3 that we reported, thus making the score 10-1. Now, in that game, the Cavaliers were led at the plate by Cooper Kapanke, who went 2 for 4, including a pair of doubles, a run scored, and 2 RBI. Other Cavaliers producing multiple hits in that game were Mitch Voller, who went 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI, and Jackson Vance, who also went 2 for 4 with a run scored. Cole Lekvin also contributed by scoring twice and picking up 2 RBI. Now on the mound for the Cavaliers, Carter Hesselman picked up his 5th win of the season, going 7 innings, allowing 1 run on 5 hits, while walking 3 and striking out 7. The Cavalier pickup player, Will Petrosky, threw the final 2 innings, allowing no runs on just 1 hit, with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. In other action in WBA district play involving CRBL teams, on Friday, the Bloomer Woodticks were defeated by the River Falls Fighting Fish 14-3, and we don't have a score on the game between the Osseo Merchants and the Sparta Miller. Now, at the time of this recording, yesterday's games hadn't been completed. However, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks were scheduled to take on the Prescott Pirates, and the Bloomer Woodticks were to play the Ashland Merchants. The Eau Claire Bears were to take on the Lake Superior Sea Dogs and then the Whittlesea Reds. The Osseo Merchants will be took on the Wausau Riverhawks, and the Whitehall Wolves play the Hagen Knights and the Merrill Rangers, while the Tilden Tigers battle with the Spring Valley Hawks and the Minocqua Wood Ducks. Now, we'll be back right after this timeout and take a look at today's game. You're tuned into In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Taking a closer look at today's WBA district pool action, the Cavaliers and the Timberjaxx are trying to reach the WBA state tournament, which will be played next weekend in Marshfield and Merrill. Yesterday, the Timberjaxx took on the Brill Millers, the same team the Cavaliers played on Friday, where they lost by a score of 2-1. Now, the Timberjaxx play in the Upper 13 Baseball League, which is located in the northeast part of Wisconsin. They finished their regular league season with a 5-win, 5-loss record, which placed them in 5th place in the Upper 13 League. In the game against the Millers, the Timberjaxx were led at the plate by Austin Trier, who went 3 for 4 with a walk and a run scored, as well as by Dylan Smith, who went 2 for 5 with no walks or strikeouts. On the mound, the Timberjaxx were led by starter Aaron Froelich, who threw 6+ innings, giving up 3 hits, walking 3, striking out 3, and giving up 2 runs, neither of which were earned. Peyton Solberg threw the final 2 innings for the Timberjaxx, giving up 3 hits and not allowing any runs. Now, prior to this weekend, the Timberjaxx most recently were defeated by the Ashland Merchants back on July 30th by a score of 8-6. The Timberjaxx were led on the mound by Dante Bender, who went 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, while striking out 3 and not walking anyone. At the plate, the Timberjaxx were led by Aaron Froelich, Dylan Smith, Peyton Solberg, and Dylan Levra. From time to time this season, the Timberjaxx have had some difficulty maintaining a viable roster. However, they've been able to rely on a core of 10 players to keep things going. Timberjaxx coach Aaron Bender commented by saying, "I have to give so much credit to these boys committing their time to this team. We all have busy lives, but this core group of 10 understand the importance of keeping baseball alive in the Tri-County area." Now, the Cavaliers received some good news with the return of Tanner Halverson, who comes back to the Cavs as his stint with the Eau Claire Express ended with the end of their season. The Cavaliers come into today's game with a record of 28 wins and 5 losses. Now, whether it be Paul Petit, Tanner Halverson, or another Cavalier pitcher on the mound, or whether it be any one of the Cavalier hitters getting hot, the Cavaliers are prepared to pull out all stops in order to reach the WBA state tournament. You see, the last season the Cavaliers played was in 2019, and that year the Cavaliers were the WBA state champions. Since the Cavs didn't play in 2020 due to COVID-19, this feels to some like defending their title. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Page's outlook on today's game in The Ryan Page Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Time now for the Ryan Page Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Page gives us his perspective on today's Cavalier action. And now, the Ryan Page Show.
We're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Page, and, well, Ryan, on Friday night, you guys defeated the Brill Millers by a score of 9-1. Your comments about that one?
It was a great pitching performance, both by Carter Hesselman and by Will Prowazinski. And on top of that, getting the late runs that we did really helped us out too.
Now, today, Cavaliers take on the Tri-County Timberjaxx, and you're trying to secure a berth in the WBA state tournament. What can you tell us about the Timberjaxx?
You know, we haven't played them at all this year, so we don't know a whole lot about them. I know they went about 500 in their league up there. But, you know, to get anywhere in this tournament, I mean, you got to be able to hit the ball and you got to be able to have some pitching. So, you know, we're not going to lay down for these guys, and we can't expect them to either. So it should be a good game.
Now, your pitching should be set up pretty well for today's game. What are we looking at?
Not sure quite yet on what we're doing for pitching here. I got a couple different options that I got to think about here. So, including we might have a member come back to us, so that might help us out. So yeah, I got a few things to think about when it comes to pitching.
Okay, so last full season that the Cavaliers played was in 2019, and they won the WBA state championship. So how much of a motivating factor is being able to repeat for the Cavaliers?
Well, it's a big motivator, definitely. Even for the guys that were here in 2019, they're not done. At the beginning of the season, they said that they won another championship, and that's why they all came back. So, you know, just got to let these guys play the game, and, you know, it's fun watching them, and it's fun to be a part of this.
Well, Ryan, good luck on tonight's game, and, well, I should say this morning's game. And let's get those Cavaliers to the WBA state tournament in Marshfield or Merrill, wherever you end up.
All right, thank you very much.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Page Show, with Cavalier manager Ryan Page's outlook on today's Cavalier action. Stay tuned. More in the dugout is coming right up.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's WBA district pool play game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Tri-County Timberjaxx. Now, should the Cavaliers win today, they're going to head to the WBA state tournament in Merrill and Marshfield next weekend. Today's game is a bittersweet one for those of us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, as this will be our final Cavalier game of the season that we'll be bringing to you. Now, we do not have the broadcast rights for the WBA state tournament. Now, speaking for myself, Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Nelson, we would like to thank the Cavalier staff, management, and players for the opportunity to bring you Cavalier baseball this season, and we can't wait to do it all again next season. So that means the calendar moves on, and it's time for us to switch gears, as we'll be bringing you Colfax Viking football starting next Friday. Now, before we get too melancholy, let's not forget the stage is set for some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petchow at Carson Park in Eau Claire as we bring you all the action of this morning's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Tri-County Timberjaxx as they battle for a trip to the WBA state tournament. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Help us celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League. And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And here we are at Carson Park. Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe on the switcher, Cassie Nelson on the camera, and we are ready to bring you Game 2 for the Cavaliers of the WBA District Pool Play. If the Cavaliers win this game, they head off to the state tournament. Most likely they'll draw a ticket to Merrill, to the Merrill part of the tournament, but they might go to Marshfield, depending on which pool they get assigned to, and that all depends on who gets out of the other districts as well. So, at any rate, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick time out here, and then we will have the national anthem and starting lineups for this game. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
And Rick Olson back here at Carson Park along with Dan Petchow, and he is all ready to tell us who's playing in today's game. We may get interrupted with the national anthem, but go ahead and let us know who's playing.
Yeah, for the Timberjaxx today. Starting off first will be their second baseman, Austin Trier. Number 2 batter will be their pitcher, Braden Bender. Third batter will be third baseman, Aaron Froelich. Batting fourth will be their shortstop, Peyton Solberg. Batting 5 will be their first baseman, Dylan Levera. Batting 6 will be their center fieldsman, Dylan Smith. Batting 7 will be their catcher, Ike
Bramlett, I believe is how it said. Bramlett.
Okay. Bramlett. Batting 8 will be their right fieldman, Dylan Devine. And batting 9 will be their left fieldman, Ty Manzanares.
Hey, you got that one. Way to go. I'm proud of you, Dan.
Just got to say it's slow enough, I guess. All right, for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, batting first will be their left field, Mitch Valor. Batting second will be right field, Zach Sting. Batting third will be second base, Tyler Herman. Batting fourth will be their pitcher, Tanner Halverson. Batting fifth will be their first baseman, Anthony Pogozinski. Batting sixth will be their catcher, Cole Tyman. Batting 7 will be their third baseman, Cooper Kapanke. Batting 8th will be their center fieldman, Gabe O'Brien. And batting 9th will be their shortstop, Cole Lackman.
National anthem. and our national anthem from Carson Park. And we have a three-man umpiring crew today for this game. And they are, behind the plate will be Denny Whiteside, and then don't get them confused, first base ump and third base umpire Paul Osman and Larry Osman. And notice I didn't assign one or the other, otherwise I'd be confused too. But we have an awesome Osman. There we go. Get the mouth working here, Rick. It's early in the morning. Holy cow. Anyway, we have the Osmans on the bases and Denny Whiteside behind the plate. Taking a look at the Cavs defensively once again. Third base, Cooper Kapanke. Second base, a little bit of a change here, Cole Lekvin. Second base is Tyler Herman. Actually, Lekvin's at shortstop. I think I said that wrong. I'm used to Lekvin being at second base, that's why. Let's try this all again. Cooper Kapanke at third. Shortstop is Cole Lekvin. Second base, Tyler Herman. And first base, Anthony Pogozinski. Outfielders are Voller, O'Brien, and Stang going from left to right. Behind the plate is Cole Timon. And on the mound, just returning with it from his stint with the Eau Claire Express, where he actually looked pretty good for the Express. Cavaliers are going to have a hard time hanging on to him for next season, but it's Tanner Halverson, which is actually a blessing for the Cavaliers because Paul Petit, who was supposed to pitch on Friday, is now dealing with a sore elbow. And he tried to warm up for Friday's game, and after two pitches says, no, I've got nothing here. And so we're hoping he's healthy by next week if the Cavaliers get through this game. Anyway, leading off the top of the first inning for the Tri-County Timberjaxx, Austin Trier. And Trier swings and misses on the first pitch for strike one. Trier went 3 for 4 with a walk also yesterday against the Brill Millers. And the next pitch is right down Water Street for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch just missed low. And Halverson winds and fires the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Trier goes down on strikes. That's going to bring up Braden Bender. He's the pitcher today. Bender went 1 for 3 plus a walk yesterday. Here's the wind and the fire. Just missed inside. Oh, he called it a strike. Denny Whiteside's strike signal is pretty in close. It was hard to see. That one missed outside. It's 1-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Bit high. That was the curveball trying to break in over that outside corner. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one missed outside. 3-1. Halverson looks in for the sign. He winds and fires. Strike called. The count is now full. And the payoff pitch. Just a hair low for ball 4. So Bender takes a walk. And that'll bring up yesterday's starting pitcher, Aaron Froelich. Froelich went 1 for 3. He also had a walk and a strikeout. 1 down, 1 on. And the pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. Just underway from Carson Park. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Yeah, Halverson was the Northwoods League Pitcher of the Week for about a week ago, and Froelich goes down looking. It's going to bring up Peyton Solberg. He's the shortstop. He went 1 for 4 yesterday. Yesterday's game between the Brill Millers and the Tri-County Timberjaxx was a very tight one. 2-1 was the final score. Here's the pitch. Chop foul on the right side.
That ball brought to you by the Coffee House.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball out to Lekvin at short. Flips it over to second to Herman for the put out. Give Solberg credit for a fielder's choice. And 6-4 on the put out. So we have no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've completed a half inning, and there's no score with the Cavs coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Carson Park.
Make sure you check out the variety of food and beverage items on sale.
Dan, you're a man of few words over there.
Yeah, I was just watching Tanner, how he was pitching, and seeing what the umpire is liking right now. Seems like that inside part of the plate is kind of where he's been.
Seems like, yes, Danny Whiteside seems to like that, doesn't he? And Tanner Halverson looks nice and smooth out there. Of course, I'm going to knock on wood on that one. There you go, Cassie.
We got a nice little breeze going out today, so see if there might be a couple home runs.
That's always a possibility. We've got Braden Bender on the mound. It says he's wearing number 15, but I'll be darned if there's any kind of number on his back. You know what? There are numbers on their backs. This is a good case of somebody designing their uniform who has no clue why the numbers are there. They have number... Well, we can't see these guys anyway because they're all wearing camouflage, so they're all blending in. But the numbers are camouflaged on camouflage jerseys. I'm sorry, folks, but it's just a boneheaded move on their designer. We've had semi-pro football teams do the same thing to us. Foul ball back. Get ready, Dan. Oh, just out of your reach.
I think I had my chance the other night.
Hey, Dan, you should have been here yesterday. I was in the booth right next to Steve Kent, the public address announcer, and we got one in there.
You did it?
It ended up right there. It hit right off the front of the windowsill, flipped up in the air, and landed right next to my water bottle. Two balls and a strike to Mitch Voller for the Cavs. And that one was low for ball 3. Hitters count for Voller. Voller chops it, foul. That's going to make a full count. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside for ball 4. Mitch Fowler takes his walk. It's going to bring up Zach Stang. Stang playing right field today, batting .394 coming into this game.
Number 10, Zach Stang.
Fowler takes his lead. Stretch and the pitch inside for ball 1. This was part of the problem that the Brill Millers ran into with the Cavs on Friday. And it happened in the second inning. And the pitch is high. Throw it on to second, but nobody's going anywhere. Fowler stays at first. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Braden Bender on the mound. Fowler takes the lead, throw over to first. Fowler's back. First Cavalier to get his uniform dirty today. Fowler takes the lead. And the pitch. And that hit him. That one hit Zach Stang. This pitcher doesn't realize he did that a batter too early because up steps Tyler Herman.
He didn't get the memo.
Yeah, he just didn't get the memo. All right. Fowler at second, Stang at first, Tyler Herman at the plate. If you hadn't gathered, Herman leads the team in being hit by pitch. He's got 12 of them this season. He got number 12 on Friday. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. Dan, you've got those statistics there. See if you can find the on-base percentage for Tyler Herman. Pitch is high for ball 2. Herman's the lead top hitter in that list.
51.
So 510 is his OPS. Fly ball out into center field. Moving back, making the catch is Smith.
Where they're going to go.
And they're sending the runners. Both runners tags and advance. That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. Halverson, in spite of being gone for about 10 days with the Express, leads the Cavaliers in home runs with 5.
Number 15, Tanner Halverson.
And the pitch was on the outside corner for a strike. Halverson takes a peek back at Denny Whiteside. And he hits a fly ball out into right center field. Moving over is Devine. He makes the catch. But the runners tag, and in to score is Mitch Fowler. So credit Halverson with a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
The first baseman, number 11, Anthony Pogazinski.
As Fowler comes in to score to make the score 1-0 Cavaliers. We're in the bottom of the first. Pogo's at the plate. Pitch is high and away for a ball. Stang at third. The pitch and is fouled off to the right side. Anthony Pogazinski. Pitch is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch is high. And it's laced foul. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is high. Count is full. Staying at third. Full count to Pogo. 2 down. Bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Pogo grounds it out to first base. Levera picks it up, steps on the bag, and that retires the side. For the Cavaliers, though, 1 run, no hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. We've completed 1, and the score, Cavaliers 1, and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, Cassie Nelson. We're here at Carson Park on a beautiful Sunday morning still. Cavalier baseball. Second game of this WBA pool play, district pool play. If the Cavaliers win this game, they go to the state tournament in either Marshfield or Merrill, most likely Merrill. And if they lose, it gets thrown into a tiebreaker situation. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly how that would sort out. Alverson on the mound. First pitch is a swing and a miss to Dylan Levera. Levera went 0 for 5 yesterday. And a called strike. The 0-2 pitch is outside. Fastball. Tried to get Levera to chase it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out towards right field. It's in foul territory, and it's out of play. Bounding up there on the fan deck. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Dylan Levera goes down looking, and it brings up Dylan Smith, center fielder. And Smith went 2 for 5 yesterday. That one just missed inside. You know, Dan, I'm used to teams having, especially from the small town areas, having multiple players with the same last name. But this one's got a bunch, the same first name. Leckman fires over to first, and they made the put out. Pogo had to make quite the stretch. It's about as much as Pogo's legs will get him. And Smith didn't like the call. 6-3 on the putout. They were thinking Pogo pulled his foot, but he stretched those legs about 2 inches longer than they usually are. That's going to bring up Ike Bramlett, the catcher. Bramlett went 0 for 4 yesterday. Pitch missed inside, evens the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I think Bramlett actually got a piece of that one. Two down. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Halverson. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We've played an inning and a half, and the score, Cavaliers 1, and the Tri-County Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
We ask that if you enter the bleachers, make sure you're careful. There are wet spots on bleachers in the locker areas. We don't want to see anybody fall, so make sure you take the time and go around.
So the umpire is still chatting a little bit about that play at first base. Whichever Ostman it is over at first base, though, definitely knew that he had the call. All he had to see is the ball and the glove.
It was kind of a weird angle. You know, Pogo had his foot
on the home plate side of first. Yeah.
So the umpire couldn't see because Pogo was in the way, but the first base couldn't see because the play was in the way.
And the third base umpire had to look all the way across the field. Probably couldn't see whether the foot was on the bag or not. And Dylan Smith did not like the call one little bit for the Timberjaxx. Hey, fans, I want to remind you that if the Cavs win today, as I mentioned earlier, they will head to the WBA state tournament. It'll either be in Merrill or Marshfield, depending on which pool they're assigned. We will not be carrying those games on NLWN-TV or the Northern Light Webcasting Network. So we'd encourage all Cavalier fans to head over to either city, support the Cavaliers as they push for the 2021 WBA state championship. Here's the wind and the first pitch. It's outside. Cole Timon at the plate for the Cavaliers, batting .213 as we head into the bottom of the second inning. Bender winds, and the pitch is inside for ball 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a called strike at the letters. Two balls and one strike to Timon. And the 2-1 pitch. The curveball did not break down inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the wind and the 3-1 pitch. That's fouled off on the right side. Count goes full. Three balls, two strikes. And ball four called. Cole Timon takes the free pass. Brings up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke hitting .375 coming into this weekend. Throw over to first real quick. Timon gets back. And the pitch is a little bit low, gets past Bramlett, and Timon heads down to second. And the pitch is a little bit high. And the pitch. That just missed the outside corner. 3 balls, no strikes to Cooper Kapanke. Timon on second. And the pitch. And it's ball 4. 2 straight walks given up by Bender. That'll bring up Gabe O'Brien. And we're going to have a convention at the mound. Let's see if they pass any resolutions here.
Yeah, it's probably more of just a strategy. His pitches aren't that bad. He just missing by a little bit.
Just missing by a little bit, yeah. This is a pretty interesting illustration right here. In the dugout show, I mentioned a comment made by Aaron Bender, and he's the manager of the team. And what you see on the field for the Timberjaxx is it. They have 9 players plus Aaron Bender, who can also play. Pitch is outside for a ball. And they've had difficulty fielding a team, but the team they fielded has been reasonably successful. Next pitch, that's a called strike over the inside corner. To Gabe O'Brien. Timon takes his lead. And the pitch. Miss low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. That's low. Counts even at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Count holds at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bender at the belt. And the pitch. It's high for ball 3. Count is full. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Gabe O'Brien at the plate. Timon at second. Foul back. Almost, Dan. That was just a few feet to your left.
I was ready that.
Count remains full. Bender's payoff pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Coming in hard is Manzanares, and he can't make the catch. Coming around, heading for the plate. Here comes the throw. Is Timon, and he scores. Kapanke in at third. Now let's see if they award that a hit or an error. They gave Manzanares an error on that. That's going to bring up Cole Lekvin, which means at this point, Timon's run is an unearned run. There's a fly ball out into right field. Under it is Devine. He makes the catch. And into scores Kapanke. So make that a sacrifice fly for Cole Lekvin. Gets credit for an RBI as Kapanke came in to score. Takes us back to the top of the order with Mitch Voller, and the first pitch to Voller was a ball. And there's one straight back at the other press box.
Back out again.
Yeah, Cassie's going, they didn't even try to catch it.
They were both under the desk. Are you kidding?
And Cassie goes, it's like Moses parting the seas. Cassie, the game may be on Sunday, but come on now. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mitch Voller. Although I bet they were making some prayers about that time. Ground ball over to third. It's booted by the third baseman out into left field. In to score comes O'Brien. And on with an error by the third baseman is Mitch Voller. So that makes it 3-0 Cavaliers. Oh, you're right. Ann says, I thought it was 4, and she's right, it is 4. Yeah. And guess what? That's the second time Zach Stang has been hit by the pitch. So, 1 out. Runners at first and second. We have Voller out at second, Stang at first. Tyler Herman. And that one comes inside, almost got Tyler Herman. And the pitch is outside. Bender's pitch. That gets away from the catcher, Bramlett, and the runners advance. And time being called. Bramlett and Bender having a little discussion. Along with the first baseman, Levra.
See if we can get Herman to take one out in right field.
They're giving him a lot of room. They're shading him a little bit to the left. Swing and a miss. He's swinging on a 3-0 pitch. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. Sacks are full. Brings up Tanner Halverson. Here's the pitch. And that was a strike called. Benders wind and fire. Chop foul down the third base line. No balls and 2 strikes. Halverson hit a sac fly to right field last time up. Here's a line shot out into left field, falls in for a base hit. 1 run in. Here comes his second run. So Halverson singles and gets 2 RBI. And that makes the score Cavaliers 6 and the Timberjaxx nothing. And stepping up to the plate is Pogo. We have runners at second and first. Over at second base is Tyler Herman. First pitch is inside for a ball. And ball 4 to Pogo. The women are going crazy up here, Dan, and I don't know why.
We just wanted to woo and you were on the air.
And we have another convention, which I do believe means we're going to have a pitching change.
There we go.
And well, I'll tell you what, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a break because I think he has to change pitchers. That's his second trip to the mound. So we'll have it all sorted out by the time we come back. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Okay, we're back here and we've got it all figured out. Here's what's happened. Now pitching for the Tri-County Timberjaxx is Aaron Bender. Braden Bender went out to right field, and that brought in Dylan Devine into the dugout. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Cavaliers have already put 5 across the plate. 1 out, bases loaded, Cole Timon at the plate. Timon came very close Friday night to hitting a 3-run home run to right field. There are still people in this booth that think that it was a home run. And Cassie's over there going, yep, sure was. This announcer saw it hit the warning path and bounce over. And the pitch is called strike over the outside corner. Counts even at 1-1. There's the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. That's going to plate 2. So Timon gets a base hit, and it brings in Tyler Herman and Tanner Halverson. And that brings up Cooper Kapanke. We have runners at first and second. There's the pitch. Ground ball down the third baseline. Cavs on top, 8-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. A 7-run second inning. Here's the pitch, and that one hits Cooper Kapanke. It was pretty slow. These women are getting upset about these healthy young men being nailed by the baseball. So that loads the bases up again with Gabe O'Brien. He got on an error by the left fielder earlier this same inning. O'Brien is the 12th batter this inning for the Cavs. Counts even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball over to first, went right through his legs. And that brings in a run. That's going to be an error on the first baseman. And in to score is Pogo. So that's 9-0. Those 9 runs were all charged to Braden Bender. There's a ground ball through to left field. That's going to bring in a run. As the Cavs are playing a little station to station right now. And it's 10-0. Top of the order with Mitch Voller. Voller's the 14th hitter. Bases loaded. Called strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Mitch Voller. 1 out. That's a ground ball towards short. Scoop there, throw over to first. Not even close. He hesitated, thought about going to second. By the time he made up his mind to go to first, Mitch Voller's speed had it beaten out. And right now, I'll be honest with you, Dan, look at the heads hanging out there on the Timberjaxx.
Yeah, the game's getting away from him a little bit right now.
And a line shot out into center field. It's going to plate a couple. And let's see, we have runners on the corners. 12-run inning for the Cavs. I have never seen this before, Dan. We batted through the entire batting order, and everybody scored. Here's a pitch. Oh. And of course it's Tyler Herman. Number 13. Now, something fitting about that. Cavs are ahead 13-0, and Tyler Herman gets his 13th hit by pitch of the season. So here we have Tanner Halverson with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. It falls in for a base hit. And in to score is Mitch Voller. And that brings Pogo up with the bases loaded.
1 out.
$17 hitters. 18th. Pogo is the 18th hitter of this inning. And a looper fair down the right field line. That's going to score at least 2. And Pogo gets a couple RBIs with a single.
16 now.
So that makes it 16-0 for the Cavaliers. And we take a look out at the scoreboard. In the individual innings, Ann's pointing out that the digits for the individual innings on the line score do not go to 10. If you look at the end score there, it's got the right score, 16. And the first pitch to Cole Timon. This is his 3rd trip to the plate this inning. Dan, I've never seen this.
Yeah, you know.
And a ground ball foul. Halverson on 3rd. Pogo on 1st. 1 out. Cavs have put 15 across. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Smith coming in, and he makes the catch. Halverson tags and scores. That makes it 2 outs and 17-0. Here's the pitch. That's high and away. And the pitch. It's low. And a ground ball over to 3rd. Picked up there, throw over to 1st. In time for the out. And that retires the side. But for the Cavaliers, they got 16 runs. And wait a second here, I'll count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 16 runs on 7 hits. There were a couple of errors in there and 2 left on. We've completed 2. Cavaliers 17 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey Raccoon, where you off to in such a hurry?
I'm getting out of here.
I heard that the family who owns this place just hired Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
No. Not Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control. Why, the last place they were at, all the animals like us disappeared and were never heard from again.
Right. That's why I'm leaving.
Honey, gather the kids. We've got to go.
Got animal pests? Let Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control handle your problem. Call them at 715-832-1640. That's Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
The Cavaliers in the bottom of the second, 16 runs. He hits 2 errors, 1 man, lifetime base.
Okay, we're back here at Carson Park. Cavaliers, as we head into the top of the 3rd inning, have a lead of 17-0. Now, in the WBA playoff matches, the 10-run rule doesn't come into effect until after the 7th inning. During the regular season, it was after the 5th inning, but it's after the 7th inning in WBA playoff action. So we've got a ways to go in this one. I'm going to run out a score sheet, that's for darn sure. I'm glad I've got an extra one printed. Tanner Halverson back on the mound for the Cavaliers. Aaron Bender is leading off the top of the 3rd. The Timberjaxx have not completed their first trip through the lineup. First pitch was outside for a ball. Second pitch, called strike, outside half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is high, ball 2. Here's the pitch. It's outside. And a swing and a miss. That's the 5th strikeout for Tanner Halverson in just over 2 innings of work. That brings up Ty Manzanares. Manzanares fouls it off. Manzanares went 0 for 4 against the Bro Millers. Here's the pitch. And it's called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That takes us back to the top of the order. Austin Trier. Trier struck out his first time up.
Second baseman, Austin Trier.
And a swing and a miss. Halverson just threw the fastball right past him at the letters. Halverson winds and fires. Inside for a ball. Halverson into the wind. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Austin Trier went reaching for one. And Halverson strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
High school football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, August 20th, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall to take on the Whitehall Norse. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 20th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Getting ready to go into the bottom of the third inning. That last inning for the Cavaliers, the bottom of the second.
Make sure you take time today to greet the Eau Claire Cavaliers.
The Cavs sent 20 players, 20 batters to the plate. And I'm not sure, we might have a different pitcher.
We'll be closing at the end of this game.
I think this could be Levra on the mound. We'll check on that.
Now pitching for Tri-County. Number 34, Dylan Levra.
Okay, we finally got it all figured out. Now pitching for the Tri-County Timberjaxx is Dylan Levra. And
number 9, Jalen Williams.
We have a pinch hitter for the Cavaliers, Jalen Williams. And the first pitch to Williams is grounded foul down the third base line. Williams is batting for O'Brien. Believe it or not, O'Brien came up twice in that inning, in the second inning, and went 0 for 2 because he got on via error both times. The wind in the 0-1 pitch, and a called strike over the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes to Jalen Williams. I suspect we're going to see a number of pinch hitters now for the Cavs. And that one's fouled back. I sent Dan to see if he could get some results on the other WBA districts. Here's the wind in the fire. Outside for a ball. And the pitch by Levra. Inside. They called him out. They called it as a third strike. So that's going to bring up Jackson Vance hitting for Cole Leckman. I suspect Williams and Vance will stay in the lineup. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson Vance. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. 1 down. Levra winds and fires. Ground ball right back up the middle, through into center field, and Jackson Vance is on with a base hit. Takes us back to the top of the order, and we're going to have a pinch hitter there too. Xavier Bemninster.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, pinch hitter number 3, Xavier Bemninster.
And the first pitch to Bemninster is behind him for a ball. And it's a chopper over grounded, picked up by the shortstop, but he can't hang on. And so that's going to be an error on the shortstop.
Now pitching for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, number 20.
And that's going to bring up batting for Sac Stang. We have Greg Button. I suspect we're going to have a lot of fielding changes. There's the pitch to Button, swing and a miss. It'll be a whole new outfield. And a fly ball down the left field line, foul. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. And the pitch called, third strike to Greg Button. That's out number 2. 2 runners on. Jackson Vance at second. Bemninster at first.
Pitching for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, number 23, Chase Yeager.
Chase Yeager coming in for Tyler Herman. And he'll probably stay in at second base. Pitch is outside. I'll be honest with the amount of pinch hitting and substitution that's about to happen with the Cavaliers, that they don't have somebody warming up a little bit down in the bullpen. And the pitch is a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 2 on. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Cavs on top, 17-0. Here's the pitch. Lacing it out into right field, and it gets past the right fielder. 1 runs in. And checking in at second base is Yeager with a double. So Jackson Vance comes in to score. Bemninster checks in at third. Yeager's at first. And Tanner Halverson at the plate. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch is inside. And I got him. That one got Halverson. And the bases are loaded for Anthony Pogodzinski. And the first baseman for the Timberjaxx is also the team manager, Aaron Bender, was questioning Denny Whiteside about who called the hit by pitch. Here's the pitch. It's called strike to Pogo. Bases loaded. 18-0, Cavaliers on top. And that one got Pogo right on the knee. That's the 6th batter that's hit by a pitch in this game alone. That brings up Cole Timon. And the pitch is a ball. Pogo, by the way, got an RBI on that. So we now have Yeager at third, Halverson at second, Pogo at first. It's 19-0. And another called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Timon. Timon's 1 for 1. He also has a walk and a sacrifice fly. And they got him on a called third strike. So that'll retire the side. But for the Cavaliers, they pick up 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 hits, and 1 error. And the bases were left loaded. So after 3 innings, it's the Cavaliers 19 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out."
And we're back here at Carson Park, heading into the top of the 4th inning. Cavaliers with a 19-0 lead. And we have some substitutions defensively for the Cavaliers.
Off the top of the board for Tri-County.
As I suspected, we have a whole new outfield. By the way, Braden Bender is at the plate. And the first pitch is a called strike. And let's see, so swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring up Aaron Froelich. Froelich struck out looking his first time up.
Aaron Froelich.
So going through the substitutions for the Cavaliers as we have a 1-0 count to Froelich. In the outfield from left to right, it's Bemninster, Williams, and Button. Shortstop is now Jackson Vance, and at second base is Chase Yeager. Swing and a miss. The count is now 1-1. Here's the wind and the fire. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Halverson, wind and the fire, outside. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Tanner Halverson. That's going to bring up Peyton Solberg. Grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. And the first pitch is a called strike at the letters. Halverson winds and fires. Fouled off on the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's high and away for ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Line shot foul. Count holds at 1-2. Halverson works and fires. Ground ball to Jackson Vance at short. Fires over to first in time. So, for the Tri-County Timberjaxx, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've played 3.5. And it's the Cavaliers 19 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
And as they're warming up, we'll take a quick look at some of the other action in the WBA district play. In the Hayward district, Hayward's taking on La Crescent today. That game should be just underway. Eau Claire Bears a little later this afternoon against the Whittlesea Reds. In the Haugen district, the Coon Valley Blues against the Hayward Hornets. Blues defeated the Hornets 6-3. The Haugen Knights should be playing as we're playing against the Whitehall Wolves. Let's see, we also have Marshfield playing the Haugen Knights at 2 o'clock this afternoon. In the Osceola district, Spooner is taking on, I guess that's Everest. Trying to read Dan's handwriting here. When he was trying to read Nicole's handwriting on the board, which isn't real easy either. No, it wouldn't be that.
DCF. No, that'd be high school.
And Spring Valley is taking on Tilden a little bit later today. Also, over in the River Falls taking on Ashland, just getting underway. And Prescott is taking on Rib Lake at 3. At the plate for the Cavaliers, we have another pinch hitter in there, Kendrin Gulo. Replacing Kapanke. He'll probably stay in at third. And he fouls that one off. No balls, 2 strikes. I don't know if there's anybody left on the Will Petrosky still down there. Pitch is outside. And the pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Gulo hitting .412 on the year. And the count is full. Payoff pitch, outside for ball 4. Gulo draws the walk. That brings up Jalen Williams. Williams went down looking last inning. And the pitch is behind Williams. We were asked the other day, does that count as being inside or outside? And that catches the inside corner for a called strike. And I guess the only way you could explain one of those pitches, it's so far inside, it's outside. Now the 1-1 pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike to Jalen Williams. Kendrick Gulo takes his lead at first. The 2-1 pitch inside. Counts 3-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count goes full. Now the pitch. That was inside for ball 4. So Jalen Williams takes the free pass, brings up Jackson Vance. Cavaliers have only 3 players still in the starting lineup, still in the game. First pitch to Vance was high. And that one caught the outside corner. I think Denny Whiteside's strike zone just got a little wider. And a ground ball to third. He steps on the bag for 1, throws over to first for the double play. That's a 5 unassisted to 3 double play. Moves Gabe O'Brien over to second, or Jalen Williams, I should say, over to second, and brings up Xavier Bemninster. Bemninster follows it off. And the pitch. Just a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down, runner at second. And a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jalen Williams at second. And the pitch is high. Counts even at 2-2. Bemninster came into the weekend batting an even .300. There's a fly ball out into left field, way back off the wall. Bemninster checks in at second. In to score is Jalen Williams. That makes the score Cavaliers 20. And the Timberjaxx nothing. That'll bring up Greg Button. Went down looking his first time up. Button hitting .313 on the season. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. And that one got Button on the foot. That's the 7th batter hit by the pitch for the Cavs. That'll bring up Chase Yeager. Yeager doubled his last time up. And he hits a ground ball right up the middle. Ryan Page holds up the runner at third. I think if it would have been a close game, he would have sent that runner, Dan. But he's trying everything he can to not run up the score here. You might say too late. And we got a little chat going on there with a pitch that got away. And we get a warning to the pitcher and to both benches. Here's the wind and the fire. That one's inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the 3-1 pitch is outside for ball 4. And that'll bring in a run.
Yeah, there's a game right after this right here, right?
Yes, there is.
Holman versus Glidden.
Yes, Holman against... I don't think it's Glidden, though. It's whoever the Orioles are. So you might be right.
Glidden Orioles.
Is that what it is? Glidden Orioles? All right. And that's who it is.
I don't know where Glidden is, though.
Here's the pitch. It's outside. And the pitch count goes to 2-1. Bases loaded. Pogo at the plate. The 2-1 pitch. Pogo grounds it out to second. Scooped up there, throw over to first, and they get him. So it's a 4-3 ground out, and we've completed 4 innings. After 4, it's Cavaliers 21 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate is not looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants Landscape Design and Construction Team bring your estate up to snuff. Their professional experts can design and install retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Got a couple defensive changes for the Cavaliers. Now behind the plate is Pogo. And out at first base is Will Petrosky. And Kendra Angulo is out at third base. So it's an entirely different lineup with the exception of the rump on the bump, which is still the same for the Cavs. Dylan Levera leads things off for the Timberjaxx. And the first pitch is outside. Levera went down looking his first time up. Here's the pitch. Check swing. And they do say it was a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halverson pitches, swing and a miss, strike 2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Dylan Levera goes down swinging. Strikeout number 10 for Tanner Halverson.
Center fielder Dylan Smith.
That's going to bring up Dylan Smith. And the pitch. It was inside for a ball. And the pitch is fouled back. Got some action going on down in the bullpen for the Timberjaxx. And a called strike right at the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. That one got away from Pogo. Throw it on to first. And they don't get it there in time. And now he makes an attempt towards second. He got caught in a rundown. And they got him. So that goes down in the books as a strikeout with an error on the catcher and then a rundown for the out. That's one of the most complicated strikeouts I've ever seen. Ike Bramlett is coming up.
He made a mistake.
Yeah. Had he just overrun first, he'd have been fine.
He didn't turn the right way.
Actually, he can turn that way as long as he doesn't make an attempt to go to second, which he hadn't done. But then they started shouting, tag him. Then he made his attempt for second. Until he actually started making that move to second, he was fine.
So he should just stop.
Yeah, he should have. And a swing and a miss for strike 3 to Bramlett. So we have no runs, no hits. There was 1 Cavalier error, and nobody left on base. So we've completed 4.5, and it's Cavaliers 21 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Pardon me, folks. Is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo?
No, sir. But you can ride it this time.
That's right. This is the Chippewa Valley Railroad located in Carson Park. Hop on and take a ride through scenic Carson Park on Sundays from noon to 5, Memorial Day through Labor Day. Ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. It's fun for the whole family.
Oh. He's a jump. Here, Dan!
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Hey fans, don't forget, you just saw that ad about the Chippewa Valley Railroad. We still have tickets to give away on the Chippewa Valley Railroad, the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and NLWN, I've done this long enough you'd think I'd know what I was saying. NLWN-TV has your tickets to ride. That's right, we're giving away to a lucky winner 2 youth tickets during each Cavalier game that we broadcast. Simply enter by emailing us to info@northernlightwebcasting.com. Get those emails in. We want to give away some tickets. And this will be the last game that we give tickets away for, so make sure you get us those emails. Will Petrosky at the plate for the Cavaliers. He's batting for Cole Timon. Count is 2-0. And the pitch is way inside. Polished his belt buckle on that one, I think. Drew a gasp out of Cassie. And the pitch. Called strike. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for ball 4. That'll bring up Cooper Kapanke. And it's not Kapanke, it's Kendron Gulo. Count is 0-2 to Kendron Gulo. And the 0-2 pitch, ground ball over to third. Scooped throw over to second, but it goes out into right field. So it's going to be an error on the third baseman. And we have 2 runners on. That'll bring up Jalen Williams. We do have a little bit of action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen now. Chase Burdell warming up. And that one got him. Jalen Williams gets hit by a pitch. That's number 8. And that's going to bring up Jackson Vance. Vance is 1 for 2. Singled his first time up. Grounded into a double play his last time up. And the first pitch is a ball. It got away from Bramlett. Petrosky over on third. Gulo is at second. Williams at first. Vance at the plate with a 2-1 count. And the pitch is fouled off. Counts full. Nobody out. And he went down looking. That takes us back to the top of the order to Mitch Voller. I checked that, Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister is 1 for 2. And the first pitch is a ball. We have a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And strike 2 called. 1 down, bases loaded. And the pitch is behind Bemnister. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Greg Button on deck. Pitch is outside and the count is full. Here's the pitch. Foul ball tipped. Couldn't hang on.
Here's a little update from the 13U Babe Ruth from Eau Claire in New York.
Okay.
They won today 17-4. Wow. So they're on to the next game, I do believe.
And a ground ball to second, and he's safe at second. He tried to do an unassisted put out at second, and Jalen Williams, with his speed, beat him there. And so we did get one in to score. Petrosky scored. And Bemnister I think gets credit for the infield hit. Greg Button is 0 for 1 so far today. Bases loaded. 1 out. Count is 0-2. $22-0. Cavaliers on top. Swing and a miss. Button goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Chase Yeager. Yeager is 2 for 2.
So apparently he gets to choose, make it a ball or make it a hit by a pitch.
Okay. So he chose to just make it a ball. Swing and a miss. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 down. And a ground ball straight up the middle into center field. And Chase Yeager gets a single. And an RBI. In to score was Kendra Ngulo. And it's 23-0.
Yeah, I wonder if they have another pitcher. Looks like the manager came out to talk for a second. But...
And the pitch is inside. One ball, no strikes. Chase Burdell at the plate. He's batting for Tanner Halverson. Pitch is outside. That means that'll make a completely different lineup from the starting lineup. The only exception would be Pogo, and he's changed position. 3 balls and 1 strike to Chase Burdell. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Throw over to first. In time. And Burdell grounds out 6-3. So for the Cavaliers this inning, they picked up 2 runs on 2 hits. And there was 1 error. And I think they left the bases loaded. So, we've played 5, and it's the Cavaliers 23, and the Tri-County Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
We're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Nelson. And a woo out of that corner. Those of you who want to watch a little more baseball today, there is another game, Glidden and Holman. The Holman features against the Glidden Orioles. That'll be the final game in Pool 2. Cavaliers in the final game of Pool 1 with a 23-0 lead as we head into the 6th inning. Chase Burdell on the mound for the Cavaliers now. Tanner Halverson finished an outstanding day of pitching. He went 5 innings. And gave up no hits. And I think the only reason that Ryan Page isn't leaving him in is I think they'd like to keep his arm rested. So they bring in Chase Burdell.
Bring out for Tri-County in the top of the 6th. First baseman, Aaron Bender.
He struck out 11 and only walked 1. Leading off is Aaron Bender. For the Tri-County Timberjaxx. There's the pitch. It's high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Chase Bridell on the mound. Hard throwing left-hander. 1-1 pitch. Caught the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring Ty Manzanares. Manzanares struck out his first time up. And the first one was fouled off. Second pitch is a little low for a ball. And the pitch. Ground ball right back up the middle. Diving stop by Vance. He got a glove on it, but there was no play. And it's a base hit for Manzanares. That's the first hit of the day. And takes us back to the top of the order, Austin Trier. And the first pitch is fouled off. And the pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Ashton Trier. And it's fouled back on the net. One ball, 2 strikes to Ashton Trier. It's a city in Germany by the same name, Trier. Actually, it's a fascinating city. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's the northernmost city on the mainland, on the continent of the Roman Empire. And a lot of ancient Roman ruins in Trier. Brings up Braden Bender. Inside for a ball. It's also on the Mosel River. And so if you like Mosel wine, that's the city to go to. And that pitch gets away, and Manzanares heads down to second. Ladies over here are having a debate. They watch the osprey bring something to feed the young'uns, and Ann thinks it's a coat hanger, and Cassie thinks it was a snake. And that pitch caught the outside corner. Burdell at the belt, and the pitch. Just missed the outside edge. 3 balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss. Count is full. To Braden Bender. Bender walked and struck out his other 2 appearances. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. It's his second walk of the day. Brings up Aaron Froelich. Froelich has struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging. And that one's fouled off on the right side.
That ball brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body.
Burdell at the belt. Here's the pitch. That's high and away. Ball 1. Breeze has picked up a little bit. It's blowing straight out. Here's the pitch. High and away. Chase Burdell fires foul back.
That ball brought to you by Lake County Golf. A reminder, you can bring those foul balls back to the Cavaliers souvenir stand and receive a $1 token.
2 balls and a strike to Froelich. Or Froelich. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, 2 on. Burdell fires. Ground ball over to third. Foul. Scooped up by Kendra Ngulo over there at third. But it was foul. Count remains 2-2. Burdell fires. It's outside. Ball 3. Count is full with 2 down. It'll be traveling time for these runners. Burdell at the belt. Payoff pitch, and it missed high and away, and it loads the bases. So Manzanares is on third, Bender on second, Froelich on first. Peyton Solberg is up. He's at least hit the ball twice, hit it to shortstop both times. One was a fielder's choice, and the other he grounded out. Pitch is outside. Chase Burdell wheels and deals. It's outside. Chase Burdell struggling a little bit to find the plate. And it's a chopper down the first base side, picked up by Petrowski, steps on the bag for out number 3. So, no runs, no hit, or 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on, We've played 5.5. And it's the Cavaliers 23 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Carson Park. WBA District Pool Play. Game 2 for the Cavaliers. They have it pretty safely in hand with a 23-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. As I mentioned earlier, the 10-run rule applies after the 7th inning. And that would take quite a bit of doing, since so far Cavalier pitchers have only allowed 1 hit. Tanner Helverson went 5 innings of no-hit ball, striking out 11. He only walked 1. In fact, Carter up top. They're trying to get old Carter Hesselman down below. And we have a new rump on the bump.
Number 4, Peyton Solberg.
Peyton Solberg
Right off the bottom of the 6th for the Eau Claire Cavaliers.
is now pitching.
The catcher, Anthony, don't call me Tony, Pogozinski.
As Pogo is going to lead off for the Cavs. And Solberg on the mound. He winds and fires. Pogo swings and misses for strike 1. Pogo's 1 for 3. He's singled. He's been hit by a pitch. He's drawn a walk. One ball, one strike to Pogo. And that pitch is on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the wind and the fire. High pop up to the infield. Drifting back is the shortstop. And he missed it. It's just a plain clean miss. And I think that's going to go in the book as an E6. In different settings, that'd be called a staff sergeant. That's going to bring up Will Petrosky. Petrosky grounds it over to second. Throw over to second base, back over to first for the double play, a 4-6-3 double play. Two down. That'll bring up Kendra Gulo. That was Trier firing it over to second and then fired it over to Bender at first. I'm thinking that's Lever out at short. No, actually, you know what I think they did? I think they moved Lever at a second. I think that's Trier over on short. And a pitch called strike at the letters to Kendra Gulo. Gulo's 0 for 1. And a high pitch. Ball 3. Yeah. Gulo drew a walk. Then he got on via an error and eventually scored. 2 down. And the pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the wind and the fire. Double check the score here. It's a full count. And the payoff pitch to Gulo. Outside for ball 4.
Center fielder, Jalen Williams.
That brings up Jalen Williams. Gulo at first. First pitch to Williams is high for a ball. Williams 0 for 1. He struck out. He's walked and got hit by a pitch. That's ball 2. And ball 3. Here's the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Must have just clipped the letters. 3-1. And a called strike. I think Jalen Williams thought he had ball 4 there. Solberg with the fire. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. So we've completed 6. And it's the Cavaliers 23 and the Timberjaxx nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm
3
going to show
outs.
you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the Mom. You don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Oh, we're back here at Carson Park. Heading into the top of the 7th. Cavaliers are hoping to pick up 3 quick outs here and get this game over with. 23-0. Cavaliers on top of the Tri-County Timberjaxx. And Dan, you were making a pretty interesting comment between innings there about decisions to change pitchers. Why don't you go over that real quick?
I just like to play armchair manager.
Okay. You're entitled.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, at the, I don't know, what was it, about 3rd inning, 4th inning?
It wasn't even that, 2nd inning.
2nd inning. And manager came out and switched pitchers. And I think the first pitcher was just trying to work the edges, and it just didn't get there.
And it's important to understand that was Braden Bender, and the manager is Aaron Bender. I believe it's his dad. And you're right, Braden got charged with the first 9 runs, but you're right, he wasn't missing by much. Cavaliers have scored 14 runs since then. So, yeah, you may have a point.
I kind of get it. The manager throws it down the middle and lets the defense take care of it, but Cavaliers just got on top of the ball.
Well, leading off, Dylan Levra, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Levra struck out twice, once looking and once swinging. Pitch is inside. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. And that one caught the inside corner. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing in the dirt. They made the appeal down, and umpire down at 3rd. Mr. Osman. And that one got him. So, Lever's on being hit by the pitch. And that's going to bring up Dylan Smith. Now, Dylan Smith struck out his last time up, but the ball got away from the catcher, which allowed him to get to first. First pitch is high. And it's the most unusual out I've ever seen because the strikeout didn't register because he beat the throw to first. But he turned to his left, which is okay. But everybody said, tag him, tag him, tag him. And he believed them. And so then he started running to second and got caught in the rundown. Had he just frozen, he'd have been fine. Which is a called strike. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Levra. Or Smith, I checked that. Levra's on first. Fly ball out into right field, heading back. Over his head is Button, and it rolls out to the warning path. And the runner goes around 3rd. Lever comes in to score. No, they got him. So Lever gets thrown out 9-6-2. For out number 1. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Ike Bramlett. Bramlett is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Pitch is outside for a ball. And the pitch. Foul back. Yeah, Greg Button turned every which way but loose on that fly ball. Checked his left shoulder, then his right shoulder, then his left shoulder, and really what he should have checked was the warning track, because that's where it ended up. Pitch is outside. Two balls, one strike, one out. That pitch is low, 3-1. Bramlett at the plate. Dylan Smith out at second. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike. Count is full. Chase Burdell on the mound. Payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Two on, one out. And that's going to bring up Aaron Bender. This isn't Aaron Bender.
Dylan Devine.
This is Dylan Devine back into the lineup. Here's the pitch. One ball, one strike. Devine started the game but didn't get to the plate before Aaron Bender came in to pitch. Swing and a miss. One ball, two strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's a called third strike. Two down. Timberjaxx down to the last out. Ty Manzanares comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He had an infield single to short. Swing and a miss for strike one. Pitch fouled off on the right side.
That foul ball brought to you by Mass Street Auto Body.
One ball, or no balls, two strikes, two down. Chase Burdell at the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Chopper right back out to Burdell. This should do it. Throw over to first, and that'll wrap it up. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on. I shouldn't say no hits, but it. One hit. No runs, one hit, no errors, and 2 men left on, and the score, final score of this one, Cavaliers 23, and the Tri-County Timberjaxx nothing. Cavaliers pick up 23 runs on 15 hits. They committed 1 error, and the Timberjaxx had no runs on 2 hits, and they committed 4 errors. Winning pitcher of today's game was Tanner Halverson, and the losing pitcher was
We'd like to congratulate the Tri-County Timberjaxx.
Braden Bender. That'll move Halverson's record. On the back page of this sheet, he's up to 5-0 now for the Cavaliers. And Halverson actually had a no-hitter going, and I'm sure that and we'll get that information from Ryan Page in just a couple minutes. I'm sure that was to save his arm for the WBA. So 23-0 is our final score. We'll have Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
Hey.
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're out here talking baseball. Dan, it was pretty decisive pretty early. 23-0.
Yeah. Pretty much all it came down to today was pitching depth. Cavaliers had good depth. Tanner Halverson had a good day out. And for the Timberjaxx, I think they're just a little short on pitching today. And
yeah, I agree. I think they used up some of their pitching last night, and that made a difference. They just didn't have the depth to go to, and a couple of those middle pitchers that they threw in there gave up more hit batters than they gave up base hits, or at least that's the way it seemed.
yeah, and then the second pitcher comes out and threw some easy pitches down the middle, and Cavaliers just jumped on top of those and kind of pulled away from there.
Well, we should have Ryan Page up here in just a minute to talk to us. Why don't we take this quick time out, and we're talking baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good morning, and welcome to today's edition of... Okay, we're back here. I have no idea what it was that Ann hit there.
We ran out of promos.
Oh, okay. So she's giving me excuses. Anyway, it's been one of those days today. But it worked out okay for you guys today, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say about it. The guys came out and hit the ball well. Tanner pitched a heck of a game, and Bradle came in and shut the door for us. So
now, I'm assuming that you pulled Tanner out to save his arm and be able to use it next weekend over in Merrill or Marshfield or wherever you end up.
Yeah, I mean, it was that. Bradle's been a while since he's been on the mound, so he needed some work. So,
although he did have a no-hitter going.
He did, but Bradle needed to work more, so...
Okay, and you know, you might be able to get an extra inning or two out of Tanner simply by keeping him rested. And
yeah, we'll see what happens next weekend.
He was pretty darn efficient.
He was. He was at 60 pitches through 5 innings, so that's very well.
Yeah, and 11 strikeouts, and yeah, he threw a heck of a game. Didn't allow a hit. Chase Burdell, a little more trouble finding the plate, but did fine coming in for those couple of innings.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why we wanted to get Chase some work here tonight, because it's been a little while since he's got any, more than 1 inning in. So definitely had to get him some work, and hopefully he'll get it tuned up for next weekend.
Now, it was also an interesting thing. I kind of enjoyed watching this. You started with one lineup. You had a whole totally different team on the field. The only holdover was Pogo, and he wasn't in the same position. You had a completely different team on the field by the time the game was halfway through.
Yeah, when you get into the playoffs, I mean, obviously you got to go after the W right away, but once you get up more and you can get some guys in, it's always good to do that. So we were happy to get everybody in that could.
I also liked the fact I was noticing how there were, if it was a close game, you would have sent some of those runners as they were chugging into third, and you held them up. Don't make it embarrassing. It's bad enough already. Don't make it any worse than it is.
Yeah, definitely. Our philosophy is that we go hard until we're up by 10. After that, we start backing off. We don't bunt. We don't steal. If it's a sure double, then we're going to send guys. But for the most part, it's just station to station.
And I noticed also that once you got up like that, you gave hitters the green light on 3-0 pitches. The walks didn't matter. Go ahead and take your hacks if you think they're good pitches.
Yeah. I mean, no matter what the score is, you can't tell the guys to stop swinging the bat. So, they want to take a good hack at it, they should.
So, all right, so it's off to either Marshfield or Merrill. When will you know?
I don't know when the WBA is going to do the final seeding. I'm hoping it's tonight after all the games are done. But I'd imagine between tonight and tomorrow we should know.
And do you have any inkling where you may end up?
I think we're probably going to be in Merrill.
As possibly a number 2?
Yep.
Okay. And, that's a pretty good slot to be in. So a couple games over in Merrill and then go down to Marshfield on Sunday and win the whole darn thing. How's that sound?
That would sound great.
All right. Well, thank you, Ryan, for coming up. Thank you for coming up all season. We've really appreciated this. And I can't wait till next year. We'll probably come over as spectators and watch you guys next weekend. And but we can't wait to get back at this next year for more Cavalier baseball.
Definitely. It's been my pleasure.
And we'll have more talking baseball right after this time out on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Okay, we're back here at Carson Park. 23-0 final score. Cavaliers over the Tri-County Timberjaxx. Another game coming up here at Carson Park in just a little bit here with the Glidden Orioles and the Holman Features. We don't know what they're featuring, but they're the Holman Features. Anyway, any final comments on today's game, Dan?
Just good job by Coach Ryan Page to keep the team in it and get ready for the playoffs. Good run for the Cavs.
And it's going to be a lot of fun going over there just to watch them play in that state baseball tournament and see some more Cavalier baseball. Unfortunately, we won't have those games here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network or NLWN-TV. We don't have the rights to those games. So we would encourage all Cavalier fans, if at all possible, to get over and see those games. I believe some of them, if not all of them, will be carried on Zaleski Sports. It's available on YouTube. You could check that out, and if you're not able to get over to either Merrill or Marshfield to see that. But it's kind of with bittersweet thoughts that we are here today with Dan and Ann and Cassie and myself. We've had a great time bringing you Cavalier baseball, and as I said to Ryan Page, we can't wait to do it again next year.
And
yes, Dan.
And also, we start our new sport next week.
Yes, we do. I was just about to mention that. Don't forget to join NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network next Friday as we kick off the high school football season, when we bring you the Colfax Vikings taking on the Whitehall Norse from Whitehall. Our coverage on the 20th begins with Viking pregame at 6:40 on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN TV. Also, don't forget we still have tickets to give away on the Chippewa Valley Railroad. We're giving away 2 youth tickets for every Cavalier game that we broadcast. So that means that we're giving away 2 more tickets for this game that we just got done with, and that drawing will be by Tuesday. Give you time to get your emails in, but you make sure you get them in. Simply email us at info@northernlightwebcasting.com. We'll let the winner of the tickets know by return email, and we'll be really happy to give you a pair of those tickets for the Chippewa Valley Railroad. It's a great time. Take your kids over there. I know Cassie's thinking about doing that with her young one today, and that's a lot of fun. So make sure you get those emails into us at info@northernlightwebcasting.com. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the 2021 Cavalier baseball season on NLWN-TV. We've had a great time bringing it to you, from the snow in April to the heat in July to the beautiful day that we have today. We've had a blast. So for Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, Cassie Nelson, this is Rick Olson. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.